Alright guys, welcome back to the channel, welcome back to another video. We've already used Vegeta on the Movie Heroes team, now it's time for the Piccolo. Unfortunately for Piccolo, because he is a Namekian, his link set isn't the best, and he doesn't go on too many categories. Like, his best category is literally Movie Heroes. Unfortunately, you are going to be missing out on a lot of links, such as Prodigies, most likely in a realistic rotation, but I have brought a God Vegeta with us again, so we can get that active. Z Fighters, Brainiacs, Namekians. However, he will still have potentially experienced fighters active, and also Fierce Battle, and also Gaze of Respect we won't have active either. So, in terms of a link set, nothing great. However, he does only need 4 key to super, and we do have Pycon here for his potential support. So, you know, will you realistically be using Piccolo on a Movie Heroes team, even though that is his best category? Probably not, but we're still going to give him a go. So with no support, because of course Pycon hasn't got the key to give out the support yet. He's on a 288k attack stat start a turn, 161k defense, and considering he has next to no links active, aside from Fierce Battle, we can also get experienced fighters actually, so he does go up to a 315k attack stat and 161k defense linked up with Pycon. You know, considering he only has 2 attack links active, it's not bad. So we're going to give him all of these. We're not going to get Pycon support just yet. He's up to a 644k attack stat, which is very impressive, and 235k defense. It's such a shame about his link set, it really is. But he does raise defense by 30% for 1 turn on super. I would have preferred if that was greatly, especially again because you're not really getting any extra links, but still. He causes supreme damage with a medium chance of stunning all enemies because he does AoE, so a very good world tournament. 3.89 mil, that's okay. But a very good world tournament unit and could be handy for Super Battle Road for any specific categories that he goes on going forward. Especially for the fact he can has a medium chance of stunning all enemies when he does his AoE, which is very, very nice. Then on passive, he does get attack and defense plus 200%, randomly changes key spheres of a certain type to strength key spheres. So that is going to obviously make up for the fact, somewhat of the fact, he won't have that many of his links active because he does get an additional attack and defense plus 20% per key sphere obtained. And if he's changing random key spheres to strength, you can easily get him an extra attack and defense plus 20% like we did there with like what, 9 orbs. So that does kind of make up for the fact he doesn't have the majority of his links active. So he can start putting out some solid attack stats considering he does AoE, and he does have some solid defense, you know. Depending on how many key spheres you can get him, you know, we had like what, over 200k defense there, and he's going to raise his defense by 30%. So his defense is in a quite solid spot. You know, you're looking at like probably like 500k, maybe a bit more. So his defense is actually pretty solid. It's just linking him with other units. It's just so difficult to do that it actually becomes a detriment to your team. So this is another one. We're going to have Prodigies and Fierce Battle with Vegeta. Again, it's pretty much the same as we had last time. This time we're getting 10 key spheres instead with no support. And he's up to a 692k attack stat with 254k defense. Yeah, he would definitely have over 500k defense off of super attacking, which is very nice. So defensively, he's definitely going to be solid. Especially if you can get him loads of orbs and then raise his defense by 30% on super. Yeah, 4.1 now, and again, AoE in with a medium chance of stunning all enemies is great. So yeah, he's going to be very useful for World Tournament, especially because he's also not an LR, and he supplies his own orbs. And of course, you can use one of them items to make sure that makes strength orbs give you more attack and defense on top of picking them up. So yeah, he's going to be very, very good for World Tournament, and not a bad option for Super Battle Road, especially with the fact he can stun and you're getting him enough orbs that he needs. But also, he gets Key plus 2 plus an additional attack and defense plus 50% and a chance of performing a critical hit plus 20% when facing only one enemy, which is of course exactly what we're doing. So this is kind of like his ideal setup, is facing one enemy to get extra attack and defense plus 50%. So this is kind of basically him at his best in a realistic scenario, because in terms of other categories, how often are you going to be linking him up with like another Piccolo unit that actually has a different name? Considering the majority of Piccolo units are named the same thing, unless of course you have the Fizz one that fuses, so you're hardly ever going to see that. Until we get the new Piccolos from the Dragon Ball Super superhero movie, this guy is just kind of, he's not a bad EZA, it's just you're hardly ever going to realistically get a chance to use him until those Piccolos drop, which if they end up being a slot 1 unit and they end up being very good, you could have a movie heroes team with this guy on it and a very good setup. But considering that side banner Piccolo that come up with Cooler as a like a slot 1 unit, I highly doubt that, but we'll have to see in the future. But right now, I mean, it's a solid EZA. It's just, when are you going to use him? When are you going to use him? So we have Prodigy's Experience Fighters and Fierce Battle, 342k attack stat, which is good. It's really nice. I don't think we're going to get him that many Key Spheres this turn. We can still get him 6, which is still relatively decent. But yeah, his numbers, as long as you get him the amount of Key Spheres you need, and especially because he's an orb changer to strength Key Spheres, you can actually put out some pretty decent numbers with him, again considering he's an AoE unit. But it's just realistically, you're not really going to be using this guy anywhere just because he doesn't link well with anyone on the categories you're taking. Or can you possibly take him on? I mean, he'll be great on Namekians, but where are you using a Namekian team unless there is a specific category mission or stage for him to take him on? Movie heroes, there's so many better options that link so much, like so better with each other. Worthy rivals, I mean, again, you could take him with the Fizz Piccolo, but he's only going to link with the Fizz Piccolo once the Fizz Piccolo fuses. And even then, he's only good for longer events. And even he doesn't link that well with other units until he fuses, of course, with this guy. There's also Bond of Master and Disciple, Battle of Wits, Gifted Warriors, Fuse Fighters. Obviously, you're definitely not taking him on Fuse Fighters. So many better choices. So yeah, it's a shame because, I mean, until we do get a Dragon Ball Super Superhero Piccolo, this guy's EZA is actually not bad. It's not bad, it's just you have nowhere really to run him because his link set just isn't good enough. And all the Piccolos do not share like, they all share the same name. So it's kind of a shame. But this guy is going to be very useful for World Tournament, especially if you do take items, you know, to change the field. You know, make strength Key Spheres give more attack and defense. It's going to be very good for World Tournament. Not a bad Super Battle Road option, especially with the AoE and the medium chance of stunning and having solid defense once he supers to raise his defense by 30%, especially if you're giving him a decent amount of orbs as well. So yeah, this is going to be the final rotation. We're going to give him a lot of Key Spheres, along with the fact we're also going to get the support from Pycon. How much can we give him? We can get him 9. We can get him 9. So he's on a 669k attack stat with 245k defense, which is very good at the start of turn, again, because he's getting so many orbs. I'm also going to be getting the support from Pycon on top of that. I would also have him like set up on a team where he can actually link with the Fizz Piccolo once he's fused, but again, realistically, you're just never going to see it. Like, you're never going to use it, so what's the point? So 4.2 million with support. Yeah, it's a shame. I'm not gonna lie, it's a shame because he's actually got some pretty solid numbers, and AoEing with a medium chance to stun is very handy for Super Battle Road. It's just realistically, you're never gonna get a chance to use him, and you can't really fit him in because there's no different name Piccolos until the Fizz one fuses, and he's only good for longer events. So yeah, he just doesn't fit in on those categories, especially movie heroes. There's so many better options that all link so much better with each other. But on the plus side, as I said, at least he's going to be a good World Tournament option, especially with not being an LR, so it's easy to get him the key he needs. But yeah, it's a shame. We're just going to have to wait for Dragon Ball Superhero Piccolos to drop, the Awakened Power, the Fanta Piccolo, the Orange Piccolo. We're just going to have to wait for those and see what happens. But his EZA is actually not bad. It's just, there's nowhere to really use him, especially with that link set. It's a shame. It's a shame. Dokkan, we need different name Piccolos. Stop calling them the same thing. Put brackets fused with Kami, Nail, whatever. We need different name Piccolos, and this is why. And this is why. I'm standing up for my boy Piccolo, man. The green man needs some support. But let me know what you think down in the comments. Don't forget to drop a like, subscribe if you're new. I'll see you in the next video, guys. And push!